Hey guys, this is Jerry, welcome to the channel. Today I'll show you all the basic functions you need to know about the JAC T9. This is a brand new ute available in the New Zealand, Australian and other markets. In the video, I'll leave all the timestamps down below if you want to skip forward. I'll show you all the central locking, key start, and all the physical buttons, plus how the screen, everything works on this vehicle. So it is going to be a very long video for this particular tutorial. If you find the video helpful, the best way to support the channel is to subscribe and like down below. Small disclaimer, I do not work for JAC Motors at all. This vehicle was loaned by JAC New Zealand. I've driven this car for the last 3 days, so I'm going to show you what I know about this vehicle. Hopefully this tutorial will help you to start learning the vehicle, start learning the basics about the vehicle as well. If you're having problems or questions about the vehicle, the best answer is going to be your JAC Motors dealership around you. Now let's turn the camera on and get started. Now let's start the tutorial with how the key works. The first button, push and hold, you can engage the horn, so that means the vehicle will give you warning if you can't see the vehicle at all. This is the lock button, the last one is the unlock button. Additionally, you can press and hold the unlock button, or the windows will drop, or press and hold the lock button, or the windows will be closed. So that's really cool for summer or winter. If you're having an issue with the keyless entry system, press this small black pin over here. You can take the physical key out. That means you can get inside the vehicle from the driver door. As long as you have the keyless entry key, you just press the button to unlock, press this button to lock. To open the fuel cap, it's on the driver's side. Pull this up. Now your fuel flap is open, just like that. Next, that's the bonnet release. Now at the back, you can engage the child lock for the rear doors. That means pulling this will not unlock the doors. Push this up, everything's all normal. The rear seats can be lifted up, just like this, and the hook can go on the headrest if you want a little bit more space underneath. Otherwise, you can also find your tools and jack under the cover. Leave it down, it's just normal. The back of the second row seats can also be dropped by pulling this lever over here. They will drop in one piece. In the center, you can find your armrest. At the front, you can find two pockets, big pockets over here, 220 volt 3-pin charging, USB-A and USB-C charging. Additional air vents, close and open. On the drive door, you can find window controls, central locking and window lock for the rear. On this side, it's got DPF filter control. You need to check your owner's manual if something is warning on the top to use this button to do the self-cleaning and things like that. Headlight adjustments, you can leave on 0 all the time, otherwise you can dip it down to 1 all the way to 5. This is your wind mirror adjustment. Push it to left, up and down, left and right to adjust your left wind mirror to the right, or leaving the center in the neutral position. If you press this down, it's going to close your wind mirror. Press this up, it's going to open up your wind mirror. For the New Zealand version, you are going to find electric seats on the driver's side and the passenger side, forward and backwards, up and down, recline for the rear. Now to start the vehicle, you want to put your foot on the brake, press this button, the engine will be turned on. Your steering adjustment lever is over here, push it down to adjust, push it back up to secure the position. Behind the steering on the right, it's your windscreen wiper. Go up and down for the whole click is to wipe the windscreen. On the top, it's off, up by one position, it's missed just once. Drop down to auto or low or high. Under auto, go forward and backwards is to change the sensitivity for this small switch. If you want to engage the washer fluid, push it back towards the steering and hold for as long as you like. On the left, behind your steering, go up and down is for your indicators. Auto lights are available, otherwise parking lights and low beam are also available. These two switches are your fog lights. You can switch them on and off when auto headlights are on or parking or low beam lights are on. Pulling against you is to flashlight. Push it towards the front or engage the high beams. Otherwise, automatic is what you want. On the left part of the steering, these are the cruise control settings. One single click on the top is to get the cruise control ready, and then once it's ready, click set. It will start driving at a certain speed, whatever you are traveling. Plus and minus to change your set speed. Pause is the center button, and then press this to change the distance between you and the front vehicle. There are 3 distances to change. After you have paused the cruise control, you can press the resume to resume the cruise control again, or press set to set the cruise control again. If you press this button at any time while you're on cruise control, the cruise control is completely off. No light on the dash means cruise control is off. White color indicator means the cruise control is ready. Green light means the cruise control is working. On the right, you have volume button left and right. If you push and hold this volume, it will change tracks or your radio stations. Mute is the center button. This is to answer the phone call if your phone is connected and someone is calling you. Or if your phone is connected through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can use the voice command. Source is to change music source between AM, FM, or Bluetooth audio and things like that. This is your menu button, which I'll go through the digital dashboard soon. This is the personalization buttons. If you're going to the center screen, you can click the vehicle setting. Under the vehicle body, under the key, you can change key customization. You can do instrument theme or favorite radio. It just means go to your favorite radio or go to the instrument theme. If we select instrument theme, we can press this to change 2 themes on the dashboard. One is yellow, one is blue, and that's it. Now we're on the dashboard. The vehicle is not fully switched on, by the way. On the very left, that's your water temperature. On the very right, that's your fuel tank. Fuel tank is obviously low at the moment. In the center, that's basically all your driving information. In the right center, that's going to be the assistant driving for your lane departure, for your adaptive cruise control, things like that. You have indicators on the right to tell you what the functions are switched on. Digital speedo on the right, speed sign recognition on the top, parking is on the top, normal is our driving mode, odometer is on the left. On this part, you can personalize this when there are a few to change. Press the menu button over here. It will say driving range, average fuel consumption, trip, rev counter, driving range again. So that's the only thing that you are able to change on the dashboard. Apart from the thing, next is just the left indicator. Everything else is going to be remain the same for the display. Now moving to the center, we have the gear selector. So to engage the gear selector, you want to use your thumb to press the unlock button, and while you're holding the brake. Now go forward or backwards, we'll go reverse and drive. You can do a small click to go into neutral or backwards to go into neutral from drive or reverse. Once you're on drive, you can also shift it to left. That means you can go forward or backwards to change menu mode. That's what it's called, Tiptronic. And then go right again. Now go back to drive if you were on the menu mode. Press here to go back to park. Next is the drive mode. Go forward and backwards. You can change to sport, eco, normal, and then snow, things like that. Next is the handbrake. As long as you're holding the brake, push it down, that's releasing the handbrake. Pulling it up, that's engaging the handbrake. AutoHold, you can engage this function when you have seatbelts on. That means the vehicle will hold your handbrake when you come to a complete stop, so it's not rolling until you press the accelerator. Now next one is your Difflock, that's the rear Difflock. Next one is your rear windscreen demister. Next one is your front windscreen defrost. This is the hill descent ability. Now under the tree, we have got wireless phone charging pad. Just leave your phone there, it will should start wireless phone charging. USB-A and USB-A charging. This one can connect your smartphone for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. This one is only for charging. The Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are both wired only on this particular device. If you want wireless adapter and things like that, I would highly recommend you to check all my accessory recommendations on my particular YouTube channel. Last one on the left, that's your 12-volt socket. Now in the center, that's a full touch screen. So you can touch the screen anywhere to start doing anything. Underneath, you got quick physical buttons for your air climate control. Press this to go down or up, or you can push and hold. It's gonna go 0. It's gonna switch it off just like that. AC or non-AC, hazard light, change the direction of the aircon, temperature up and down. You got a temperature display. Otherwise, you can click in the center. That means it bring up the aircon display. You can click anywhere to change whatever you like. You can adjust the temperature. You can also engage your heated seats on the driver and on the passenger side if the engine's on. For this particular video, I did not turn on the engine, by the way. Next, in the home screen, this is kind of your music playing and phone connection screen. Your radio, your USB music, and your Bluetooth music would be displayed over here, whatever is playing. You can go to Bluetooth, you can go to radio, you can do whatever you like. You can also make this larger so you can see everything. Underneath, that's your phone connections. Again, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Go through the USB over here. If you do want wireless connections, do check my YouTube for wireless adapter tutorials. You can get something like as cheap as about $100 to enable the wireless adapter. Bluetooth can be connected too. At any screen, you can also do a drop-down menu. That means you can quickly switch these on and off whenever you like. Bluetooth, you can even do standby, so just kind of close to a black screen. And then you can do AVM, that's your 360 camera, so you can see all these things. Whenever you are doing reverse, these will automatically shows up. You can quickly check open the reader or close the reader if you like. And next, you can do mute, driving video. You can also do a trailer mode. You can also quickly adjust the brightness, just the media and things like that. Now, if we swap the screen to the left, and then we can see all the information that's available on the screen. You can click and hold one of the icons. That means you can drag along, so you don't have to get the radio to stay there. You can get the radio to stay closer to you. Click the radio, you can see all the radio stations, play and not play, of course, it's up to you. You can see the favorite list over here. Click more, that means all the favorites are here. Again, you can delete all of them if you wish to. Over here, the heart icon just means you have saved this radio station as your favorite, but deselect means not under favorites anymore. Click here, under favorites. Pretty simple. FM and AM is available. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, again, wired connection, but Bluetooth is wireless connection. You can click here to active Bluetooth. Click opened, that means you can see all the devices available or the paired devices. Available devices will show here, or you can just use your phone to search this name on your Bluetooth settings. That means it will connect straight away. Once the connection is done, you can see contact, you can see dial pad, you can see call history, everything like that. And once the Bluetooth is connected, you can also do Bluetooth music, and that means you just play music from your phone. Next is your system settings. Under the system, you can see the general, you can change the language, radio, device. You can do the device and the Bluetooth or under auto connect, auto answer, or even synchronize your contacts. Sound, you can do key sound, you can do volume to adjust all these things. You can do equalizer, again, adjust the EQ mode whenever you like. Personal, you can change the brightness, you can change the wallpaper behind the background. You can adjust the standby screen, timepiece, digital clock, that means standby, digital clock, just like that. Timepiece is what we showed you, or black, that means black panel, just like that. So you can adjust whenever you like. Theme mode, you can do gold or blue, that changes your dashboard, by the way. And same as this, it will change over here. Driving video, I'm not sure what that means. Let me know in the comment if you know about that. Next is the time. You can adjust the time and date and things like that. More, you can do USB upgrades. I guess you can do system upgrades from a USB, but it's probably only available at the dealership. About, just about data, you can restore data reset if you wish to. Again, swap the screen, we can go to the vehicle settings. There will be many settings over here. First one is the vehicle body, basically about the vehicle controls and about functions. Auto wipers in rainy days, you can switch this on or switch this off. Rear view mirror monitor auto fold, you can enable that. When you lock the car, the wind mirror will automatically fold for you. Auto windows, when the rain sensing detect rains, all the windows will go up. Key, I'm not sure about the first one, but the second one just means you can personalize the start button on your steering wheel. Wireless phone charging, you can enable it or disable it whenever you like. Sound and lights, you can change all the sound effect. Horn alert, that means when you lock the car, does it give you a beep or not, does not give you a beep at all. Sound volume reduction reversing just means when you put the vehicle on reverse, your music the volume on the music will be dropped. You can change the light controls over here, interior delay, exterior delay, welcome mode lights and things like that. Next is the driving. You can change how heavy the steering feels, either comfort, very soft, standard, medium, sport, stiff, whatever you like. You can do automatic speed lock. When the vehicle drives off, automatically locks all the doors. You can do 15 or 40 kilometers per hour. You can engage and disengage the passenger airbag on and off. At any time, if you are not sure about all these features, you can click the I over here. It will just give you some explanation what it's going to do. Driver monitoring switch, you can do on and off as well. Electric stability control, on and off as well. Next is your driving assistance. Some of the features on these lines will automatically default to certain features even if you switch off these done. When you restart the vehicle, it's going to be default to be on or default to be selected at whatever. So let's say lane keep you can select off, but maybe next time when you switch on the car, it's still going to have warnings and lane keep. You can change the lane keeping sensitivity, you can change the forward collision warnings, you can change the speed sign, you can change all these things about driving safeties. So there's a lot of technologies you can select. So best way is to click the eye. That means it will tell you what it's going to do and things like that. You can choose whatever you like. You can do intelligent cruise control, you can do adaptive cruise control, whatever you like. You can even do intelligent lighting assist, automatic parking brake and things like that. Next is your instrument cluster, so that changes the alarm volume, medium or high. You can change your fuel consumption, you can change information check, you can change your software system and things like that. Next, the system, it will actually go back to the system settings, by the way, so that's what the system does. Anyway, that's pretty much about the vehicle setting. Next part is about the tire pressure. So click the tire pressure, it will display all the tire pressure plus your temperatures based on the tire pressure information. You can click bar, PSI or KPA, whatever you prefer. That's really, really handy. I love that. Click the question mark, you can actually see all the information about the tire pressure. If your tire pressure is low, of course, it's going to give you a warning on the dashboard. DAB, that's not available in New Zealand, so I don't know what that works and how that works. AVM, that's your area view monitor, I believe. That's the short for the AVM. And click that, that's all your cameras and things like that. Again, you can change a couple of settings over here. You can cancel the parking lines if you do not want it. You can check the curb distance if you like that. That's it. Last one is the ambient lighting. You can switch this on or switch this off. And they only turn on at night when your headlights are on, by the way. So click the mode, you can do static, means one light, that's pretty much it. Breathing, light will fluctuate. Music rhythm, just based on your museum, again, they will just breathe through the things. Color, change all these colors, whatever you like. It's gonna go around the doors, that's really cool. You can click theme, so there are different themes available. I didn't know that as well, so that's quite cool. Brightness, again, you can change the higher brightness or lower brightness. Safety mode switch, I'm not sure what that does, but it's there, it's available. So yeah, that's pretty much all about the screen. Now if you're more on the top, that's your rear view mirror. You can click the on and off. When the green light is on, that means it will automatically dim the rear lights when it's dark. And if you do not want it, press this, no light, means they are not working, they are not going to engage anything. On the top, that's your sunglasses holder, pretty simple. Lights over here, that's your reading lights at the front. Again, there's reading lights at the back too. Click here, that's your door light, means the light is on, open the door, lights comes on, and click there, that means door is open, lights will not come on. Individually open the lights are over here, push the lights in to individually open the reading lights on each side. Again, you can control the rear lights individually as well. Alright, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do not forget to subscribe, like, that's the best way to support the channel. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.